Hi, friends. So today we are going to work on and review main idea and key details, something you've gotten really good at over the past couple weeks. You should have printed out two worksheets, reindeer and snowflakes. So you've seen this kind of worksheet before. We have done them. So it should be very familiar for you. We're going to do reindeer together, and then you guys will do the snowflakes worksheet on your own. So let's just kind of review about main idea and key details. So this is actually in your reader's notebooks if you want to get it out and look at it with me, or if you just want to look at mine, that's fine. So the main idea, remember, is what the text is mostly about. And then we have some clues that can help us. So as we're reading, we want to ask, what's the text mostly about? We want to look at the title and headings. We don't have any headings in this. Pictures can help us. And then remember the really big clue. Sometimes the main idea is in the first or last sentence. Not always, though. Okay. And then, of course, we love those repeated words. We know words that are repeated over and over again are a clue from the author telling us that that is important. All right. So let's read about reindeer. And just from the title, what can we tell? What does the title normally help us tell? The topic, right? So let's go ahead and write topic. Now remember, we like to color code on these worksheets. So if you need to pause the video and get a red and blue crayon, pen, marker, whatever you want to help you, that would be fabulous. All right. So I want you to read in your head as I'm reading out loud. And we're asking ourselves, we know it's going to be about reindeer, but what about reindeer? Okay. So you track along and read in your head as I read out loud. Did you know that all reindeer do not just live at the North Pole? It's true. Reindeer are interesting creatures. They can be found in Northern Asia, Europe, Siberia, Alaska, Canada, and Greenland. In North America, where we live, reindeer are called caribou. Say that with me, caribou. They are a nomadic species, which means they are constantly moving from place to place in large herds that may contain, thousands of reindeer. Could you imagine seeing a herd of 1,000 reindeer? Oh, that would be amazing. They survive the cold temperatures of their habitats. Their coat has a soft wool underlayer lies against its skin, kind of like a blanket. Long, hollow guard hairs form the top layer. These special layers help to keep them warm and dry, just like Rudolph. A reindeer's nose plays an important part in its survival. Since reindeer live in areas where food often hides under the snow, they rely on a super sense of smell to find their dinner. Reindeer also have special hooves to scoop and dig through the snow to plants and food underneath. Male and female reindeer grow antlers. Each year, the antlers fall off, and the next year, the reindeer grow even bigger antlers, which they use to defend against predators. Wow, I bet you learned a lot of new facts about reindeer, because I know I did. So we want to think about, we know the topic was the whole passage about reindeer. Yeah, but what about reindeer? What was the author wanting us to come up with as the main idea? All right, well, we do not have pictures to help us. What was the other thing we could do? We can look at which sentences was it again that might help us? Oh, the first sentence and the last. Let's check those. Did you know that all reindeer do not just live at the North Pole? Was this whole thing about them not living in the North Pole? Just talk about where they lived? No, mention that, but that's not what the whole thing was about. The last sentence, each year the antlers fall off and the next year the reindeer grow even bigger antlers. Was this whole passage about their antlers? No. What was this whole passage about? What do you think? There is something we can underline. So let's get our red crayon marker or pen. And if you don't have that and you're just using a pencil, that's fine. If you kept reading, there is a sentence pretty close to the first sentence that could count as our main idea. Take a minute and think about it. See if you can find it. All right. So we read that they don't just live at the North Pole. It's true. Reindeer are interesting creatures. Is this passage all about all the cool things about reindeer? That what makes them a unique and interesting creature? Absolutely. So that would be our main idea. So you can go ahead and write that in. And at this point of the year, my friends, you need to make sure that your sentence starts with a capital letter, it ends with a period, and all of these words should be spelled right because this is called an in-your-face sentence. So you are just copying it. It's right there. So you should have all of those 4 words spelled correctly. All right. Now, what makes them interesting? This is where, guys, there are more than 3 supporting details here. This whole thing talks about how they are interesting, how they are unique creatures. So I want you to go ahead and pause me in a minute when I tell you to. And I want you to take a minute or 2 to reread the passage, and I want you to underline 3 things, 3 key details that prove that they're interesting. There are more than 3, right? All right, so go ahead and hit pause, and when you are ready, turn me back on. All right, if you are listening to this, that means you have taken a few minutes and you have some blue underline sentences in your passage. All right, so what are some ways that make a reindeer interesting? Okay, well, let's see. They can be found in Northern Asia and Europe. So that talks about where they live. That's not really what makes them interesting, though. Oh, what about this? They are a nomadic species, which means they are constantly moving from place to place in large herds that contain thousands of reindeer. If you did not underline that one, that's okay, but underline it now. Okay, let's see. They survive the cold temperatures of their habitat because their coat has 2 layers. Is that interesting? Yeah, they have a wool layer and then they have that top layer with those hollow hairs. Remember, hollow is kind of like a noodle. So let's see. Their coat has 2 layers. And we could say a soft wool layer. And long hollow guard hairs form the top layer. What else? So we learned that they don't stay in one place. They travel in large herds. We know that their fur, their coats have 2 layers, which keep them warm. What else did you? Oh, what about their nose? Did you underline that one? A reindeer's nose plays an important part in its survival. They have a super sense of smell. Yeah, underline that. They also have special hooves to scoop and dig through snow to plants and food. And then the last one about the antlers, right? Male and females grow antlers, and each year they fall off and get bigger ones. Yeah. So this, guys, has a lot of supporting details. I want you to pick your favorite 3 details and write them down, okay? And then I want you to take a break and then go ahead and do the snowflakes. So you're going to do the same thing on your own once you've written those down. Okay, remember there were a ton here, so you can pick your favorite 3, okay? You're gonna post your favorite one for the reindeer, and then you're also going to do a discussion post for the snowflakes, all right? So make sure you're color coding, you're thinking about our clues, and then when you are all done, it's optional, but I have a bunch of different steps on how to draw snowflakes, since we already drew an adorable reindeer yesterday. All right, so take your time, read these with mom and dad. They might find them very interesting. You might need to reread or share at least some of your favorite reindeer facts. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.